friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faith, and today I'm going to be taking you through a special yoga class designed to teach you the Vinyasa transition. So Chaturanga, up dog to downward facing dog. It was requested that I teach a class on alignment and building strength for a smooth and effortless transition. So before we get started with a Vinyasa transition, so moving from Chaturanga up dog to down dog, there is a lot of things happening all at once. So I designed this class to be a progression. So we'll move through different rounds of movements, breaking down each part, each component of the transition. And then from there, we'll start to add on, build up the intensity, and get to the full expression of each transition. So wherever you are is totally okay. You can stay within the first and second progression. As you start to practice more and gain more strength in the movements, then you can start to move up. So as we move through each round, feel free to stay within your own comfort levels within the first and second progressions. And then again, with consistent practice, it will start to get easier and more fluid for you, and you can build on from there. With Chaturanga especially, it's important to remember that it's a very strong and active pose. There are a couple things that I want to highlight before we get started. So when you're moving from a plank to Chaturanga, the most important alignment is the upper body. You want to bend the elbows at 90 degrees, making sure we're not lowering down too much. You want to keep the core nice and tight. So think about creating a straight line from the crown of your head to the heels of your feet. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So when you're in a plank, you want to have your shoulders in line with the wrists, core nice and tight, gazing slightly out ahead of you, keeping a neutral position with the neck. Then from here, you'll shift forward, coming high on the toes, and then you'll lower down halfway into your Chaturanga. From here, you'll have more space to untuck the toes and then lift your chest up to your upward facing dog. So just keeping that in mind as we move and flow. Again, I will break down each part for you to make it more digestible and accessible for you. So for this practice, you will need 2 blocks, bringing them at the highest setting, about shoulder width apart at the top of the mat. So maybe 5 to 6 inches from the top of the mat. This is just going to be a great way to support proper alignment in the poses. This practice is definitely great for beginners if you're new to the practice. If you're not new to yoga and you've been practicing for a while, I still encourage you to give this class a try. You might learn something new. At the very least, you'll get a nice upper body workout, maybe a refresher on some of the transitions. With all of that said, you won't need anything else except your blocks and your yoga mat. So when you're ready, meet me on the mat and let's begin. Let's begin in a seated position at the back of the mat. So first, come over to your knees, tuck the toes under, and then rest your hips on top of the heels. So right away, just getting a nice stretch through the ankle joint, the soles of the feet. And then just take a moment to ground, sitting up nice and tall, relax your shoulders. Take a deep inhale into the body. And a long, even exhale out. Letting go of any tension in the face, the shoulders. And then we'll begin our practice by finding some big circles with the arms. So opening up through the shoulder joints, working within your range of motion, so making the circle as big as you can. Starting to find deeper breaths into the body. And then reverse the circle, take it the other way. So just noticing the stretching sensations in the shoulders. Stimulating blood flow into the joints, getting ready for our practice. Stay with the breath here. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend your right elbow, place your right hand in between the shoulder blades, and then we'll catch that right elbow with your left hand. So just finding a tricep stretch, try to engage your core, pull the belly in, trying not to arch the lower back. Breathing into that right tricep. If you want a deeper stretch, you can side bend to the left. Continue to draw that right shoulder open. And just find your breath here. And then come back through center. Reach the arms to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, come to a tabletop pose. Wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with the hips. You can keep the toes tucked under. And we're just going to shift forward and back a few times. So just getting used to that weight transfer, feeling that engagement in the shoulders, the core, and also warming up the wrists. And then tuck the toes under if they're not already. Press the hips back towards your heels. Come all the way to a seat. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend your left elbow. Bring your left hand in between your shoulder blades. Right hand to your left elbow for a tricep stretch. Knit the rib cage in. Try not to arch the lower back. If you want a deeper stretch, you can side bend to the right. Feeling a deeper stretch in the left side body. Breathing here. And then come back through center, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, come back to your tabletop pose. This time we're gonna flip the wrists. So flipping the palms so your fingers are facing towards you. And then we're gonna do the same thing, just rock forward and back a few times. So just getting a different sensation through the wrists, the forearms. You can peel the palms of the hands up as you lean back. Getting a nice stretch through the fingers as well. And then go ahead, untuck the toes, come all the way to a seat, and then we'll just shake out the wrists a little bit. Beautiful. Now from here, we'll come to a standing position at the back of the mat. So lifting up, coming all the way up to stand, feet hip-width distance apart, ground down through your heels. We're gonna do a warm up here for the entire body. So as you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, fold over the legs. Walk the hands out to a high plank. So shoulders in line with the wrists. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, walk the hands back towards your feet, meet in a forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, walk out to your high plank. Inhale to hold. Exhale, walk the hands back to your forward folds. Good, inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, walk the hands out. Find your high plank, breathe in. Exhale, walk the hands back towards your feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold, walk the hands back to your plank, and then hold it here. So shoulders in line with the wrists, engage through your core, pull your chest into your upper back. Try to create a straight line from the back of your head all the way to your heels. So really strong through the core, strong through the arms here. Maybe you want to shift forward and back a few times. Again, just getting used to that weight transfer. And then come to find stillness, breathe in. Downward facing dog as you breathe out, lifting the hips high, pressing your heels towards the floor. Take a moment here, ground down through your hands and your feet. Relax the crown of your head down. Maybe you want to add some movement, bending one knee at a time. So we are going to do a little bit of lower body work, so it might not be a bad idea to just warm up the legs here. But if your body is craving stillness, then feel free to just stay there and take deep breaths. And then come to find stillness. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out, let it go. Good, next inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. So bringing your feet to meet in between your hands. Coming to a forward fold, big toes touch as you fold over the legs. You can bend the knees here as much as you need to. Allow your head to hang heavy. Take one more breath. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. As you inhale, find a halfway lift, extend through the elbows. And then exhale to fold, relax the head down. Allowing the hands to fall up and over, feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders. And then release the hands to the mat. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, right back down, forward folds. Halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins, find a flat back. And then exhale, bend your knees, step your left foot all the way back to a low lunge. Drop your left knee to the floor, reach the arms to the sky. So just giving the upper body a little bit of a break here. You can bring your hands to your hips, maybe interlace your fingers on your right thigh. Pressing the hips forward, lift up through the chest. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to frame the right foot. Keep your left knee grounded, left toes tucked under. We're gonna sweep that right leg all the way back into a bird dog variation. So square off the hips, pull that right hip down in line with your left. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stay, or reach your left arm forward for more of a challenge. So just finding a moment of stability here. Feeling that engagement in the core. And then release the left hand down, right knee down, tuck the right toes under. Press your hips back towards your heels. So moving through our first progression, reach your fingertips forward. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Hold it here, feel that engagement in the core. Try to create a straight line from the crown of your head to your hips. And then from here, we're gonna hug the elbows in, almost like we're creating a shelf for the rib cage. Take another inhale. And then exhale, bend the elbows at 90 degrees. Allow your shoulders to touch the blocks. So keep that core nice and tight. And then lift your chest back up, inhale. Exhale, press the hips back towards your heels. Let's do that again, moving a bit quicker this time. Inhale, come forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, hug the elbows in, lower the shoulders down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, press it back. And again, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Inhale to lift. Exhale, press it back. One more time. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, core nice and tight, lower halfway. Inhale to lift. Exhale, press the hips back. Beautiful work. Come back to your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, let it go. So we're gonna flow through that again. We'll add on another step as we go. So as you inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step your feet in between your hands. Interlace your fingers behind your back. As you inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale to folds. Stretching out those shoulders, breathe in. And breathe out. Release the hands. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, right back down, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back to your low lunge. Drop your right knee, reach your arms to the sky. So again, just giving the upper body a break here. You can bring your hands to your hips, maybe to that left thigh. Pressing the hips forward, lift up through the chest. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to frame the left foot. Keep the right knee grounded, right toes tucked under, and sweep that left leg back. Square off the hips, engage your core, breathe in. Exhale, stay or reach that right arm forward. Finding a moment of stability here, breathe. And then release the right hand down, left knee down, tuck the left toes under. Press your hips back towards your heels, and we'll add on to our progression here. So reaching the fingertips forward. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway down, hug the elbows in. From here, see if you can lift your knees off of the mat, keep the core nice and tight. And then drop the knees, press your way back up, sit the hips back for your child's pose. Let's do that again. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Maybe lift the knees if you're ready. Drop the knees, lift the chest, press the hips back. Let's do that again. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower down, maybe lift the knees. Drop the knees, lift the chest, breathe in. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. One more time. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower halfway, maybe lift the knees. Drop the knees, press back up, breathe in. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Come back to your tabletop, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. All right, adding on from here, moving a bit quicker this time. So as you inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step in between your hands. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale to folds. Release the hands. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, right back down, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back for your low lunge. Drop your left knee to the floor, reach the arms up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Sweep that right leg all the way back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stay or reach that left arm forward. Holding here, feel that engagement in the core. And then release the left hand down, right knee down, tuck the right toes under. Press your hips back towards your heels, and we'll add on from here. So feel free to stay within your comfort levels, stay at the first or second progression. If you're ready for more, I encourage you to try it with me. So once you're ready, inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, hug the elbows in, lower halfway, and then lift your knees off of the mat and hold. So squeeze the core here, keep hugging the elbows in, and then untuck the toes, press the hips down as you lift your chest up. So coming into our upward facing dog, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. So we'll move through that again, just giving you an opportunity for more practice and to find more fluidity in the movements. So once you're ready, drop your knees down, press the hips back. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway down, lift your knees. Untuck the toes, lift the chest for upward facing dog. And then exhale, tuck the toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step in between your hands. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Release the hands. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, right back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back to your low lunge. Drop your right knee to the floor. Reach the arms to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Sweep the left leg all the way back. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe reach that right arm forward. Finding a moment of stability, engage your core. And then release the right hand down, left knee down, tuck the left toes under. Press your hips back towards your heels. We're going to stay in that third progression, so just giving you more opportunity to practice. So once you're ready, inhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway down, lift your knees up. Untuck the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Let's do that again. Drop the knees, press your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, lift your knees up. Untuck the toes. Inhale, press the chest forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Breathe in. And breathe out. So we're going to move through one more round, this time moving a little bit quicker and bringing together everything we've learned. So again, just stay with whatever progression you're at today. As you continue to practice and build the strength, it will get a lot easier for you. So just know that wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. And over time, with consistent practice, you will start to improve. All right, when you're ready, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Find a halfway lift, breathe in. And fold as you breathe out. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. This time, keep the left knee lifted and rise to a high crescent lunge. Reach the arms all the way up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your high plank. So shoulders in line with the wrists. Engage your core, creating a nice straight line from your head all the way to your heels. And again, option to drop the knees if you need to. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, come high on the tippy toes. And then exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees for your Chaturanga. Untuck the toes, lift to your upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift your hips, keep the toes pointed, and then release the feet, press your heels to the floor. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, come forward into plank. And stay for the breath out. Feel that engagement in the core, the legs, the shoulders. Once you're ready, inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga. Untuck the toes, upward facing dog, breathe in. Exhale, lift the hips, keep the toes pointed, and then release the feet, press the heels down. So that is your Vinyasa. Feel free to pause the video and play around with it a little bit more. Otherwise, we're going to move right into the second side. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Find a halfway lift, breathe in. And fold as you breathe out. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, high crescent lunge. Reach the arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your high plank. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, come high on the toes. Exhale, lower halfway down for your Chaturanga. Untuck the toes, upward facing dog, breathe in. Exhale, lift the hips, release the feet, downward facing dog. Beautiful, let's do that again. Come forward into your plank. As you inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga, lower halfway. Untuck the toes, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips, release the feet, downward facing dog. Good job. Take a moment to find your breath again. Slowing everything down from here. And again, if you want more time to play, feel free to pause the video. And take all the time you need to practice, to feel strong in the movements. And then utilizing what you've learned in your daily yoga practice. So if you're here with me in downward dog, take another inhale. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Drop your knees to the mat, meeting in a tabletop pose. You can untuck the toes here, and then we'll move the blocks out of the way. So just coming into some upper body stretches just to cool everything down. So once you're ready, walk the hands forward. We'll meet in a puppy pose. Keep your hips lifted. Allow your chest to sink down. So really opening up the chest, the upper back. Option to bring your forehead on the mat or maybe rest your forehead onto a block. Wherever you are, think about sinking your chest closer towards the floor. And just breathe. And let's take one more inhale. Exhale, press your hips back towards your heels, coming into a child's pose. You can keep the toes untucked. Bring your big toes to touch. Spread your knees a little bit wider. And then reach your hands as close to the top of the mat as you can. Once you make it here, bend your elbows. Bring the palms of the hands together and then place them towards the back of your head. So a nice stretch for the triceps. Think about sinking your chest towards the floor. Pressing your elbows into the mat to get a deeper stretch. Breathe. And then release the hands, reach the arms forward. Slowly roll yourself up to a seated position. And then once you make it there, draw the knees together. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Extend through the elbows, lift up through the chest. So pressing your fists down towards the ground. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to open the heart. You can drop the head back if that feels okay on the neck. Just breathing into the chest here. And then slowly come back to a neutral spine. Release the hands. As you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Taking this opportunity to bow down towards your own heart. Expressing gratitude for yourself, for taking the time to challenge yourself and learn something new. And for anything else that comes up for you in this moment. And this is where I'll leave you for now. So feel free to end your practice in a child's pose or Shavasana. Just taking a moment for stillness if you need it. Otherwise, if Thank you all so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did enjoy this practice, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future classes. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for future classes, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'd love to make something special just for you. If you want more yoga videos from me featuring longer flows and a quarterly series, definitely check out my membership here on YouTube. You'll get access to my entire exclusive video catalog. You'll get 4 to 5 new classes a month and a quarterly series every 3 months. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to support my channel, definitely go ahead and check that out. You can join and cancel at any time. With all of that said, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. May you stay well and always continue to shine.